I'm excited to bring on two people who I've recently worked with in the last few years. Their names are Shannon and Amanda, and they created the company Ring True, which is incredible beyond just the jewelry that they make, which I'm going to let them share that whole story. So, guys, thanks for coming on.
We are so excited to be here because we're nerds. So, we've been not like we've been looking forward to this all day. So,
true.
Stop. I'm excited to have you guys on and share your whole story. So, let's get into some background first. Why did you guys create Ring True? What is the cause and motivation behind it? All of that good stuff.
Right. So if for people who have never heard of our business, we work with human trafficking survivors. My sister and I will go to the safe home and we'll teach survivors who've recently been rescued out of human trafficking how to make jewelry. And then we're able to offer them a job through our business. So it's incredible. It's work that the ladies can do inside the safe home while they're getting back on their feet. They have a lot of programming that they go through, like trauma therapy, and I mean, they have like a ton of different therapies, like equine therapy where they're with horses and just like cool stuff that they're doing to get back on their feet. But something that we realized was they'll come to the safe home with some of them nothing but the shirt on their back. So, and they've been forced to earn income for other people for so long that, for them to have an opportunity to earn for themselves is really empowering, so that's kind of what we're doing and who we are, and how we got into that is a whole different story. So do you want me to
she's my sister, she started this business, so she will tell you.
That's true. So I am a woman of faith, and so that's very important to me. So a lot of decisions and things that I do come out of that perspective. And when 2020 happened, the COVID lockdown, I'm just extremely extroverted. So the idea of being shut inside my home for so long without any end in sight, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself during this time.
With 3 small children, mind you.
And my husband, who I love all of them. But I'm like, I'm used to being out and about, like, to be stuck at home not knowing what's going to happen. It was just like a really scary time for a lot of people, myself included. So I was lifting up in prayer to God, like just how I was feeling about all of that and like asking for help, like what the heck am I going to do? And I had an idea pop into my head to start a business. And I'm like, this is strange. A jewelry business, which is funny because I'm not like a crafty person. Like if you knew me, you would know like I am not Pinterest. Like my kids' birthday parties are like the red Solo cup. Like they are not themed. Like I'm just like not like a crafty person. And jewelry, I never really cared about that. So
and you never had a business before?
No, I never had a business before either. So just this whole idea felt like very outside of myself, which is why I felt like it was something that since it came to me in a time of prayer, I was just like, okay, God is trying to tell me something. And I had a say yes or no kind of crossroads. And I was just like, I think I'm going to try it. But for me, I never want to like give my time and my life to something that's not going to be meaningful or like make an impact in some way for other people. That's just like a personal choice. And if I'm going to give my time to something, I want it to make a difference. So I was giving back into local organizations that were doing anti-human trafficking work because that's something that I'm very passionate about. And then after a while, I brought my sister into it because the business started growing and it was too much for me to make the jewelry myself. And so
she did try to train me how to make the jewelry so I could help her, and that was a total no-go because, like I always say, I have the hands of Shrek. So I was like trying to do these little like beads. I mean, like if you can see these rings, they're like teeny tiny. Yeah. I'm like, oh no. I'll nerd out and do the spreadsheets and like ship stuff to people.
Yeah.
You go ahead and make that jewelry yourself.
Yeah, God bless her. I'm not a spreadsheet person.
I tried.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love what the business was created out of just this desire to connect and really have community and help others. And I think that's so cool, which is why I love working with you guys. And why, though, human trafficking survivors? Why was that the attachment with this company?
Yeah, I was coming from working with a nonprofit that had just interaction with a lot of different groups in the Metro Detroit area that are doing anti-human trafficking work. And to me, I always looked at those people like, oh my gosh, like you guys are such heroes. Like there was groups that I was friends with who were physically rescuing women who had been trafficked, children who had been trafficked, and there were groups that were taking them in, like different groups who were taking them in, providing safe housing and therapy for them. And I'm just looking at all these people thinking, oh my gosh, like, you're the biggest hero I've ever met in real life. Like, wow, you know? And so when I started the business, I was donating a third of everything that came in from it back into those groups, because I know that these people, I know the work they're doing is legitimate, and I'm like, if I want to make a difference through what you're doing. And after a while, it was like, I don't know, a change of perspective of like, how can I make a difference? You know, like, what do I have in my hands that I can actually bring to the table here, rather than just funding, which a lot of groups, that is what is needed, you know. But for us, we were able to kind of take it a step further and work side by side with the survivors, and that was like total game changer. It just changes your perspective on everything. Like, it's complete difference looking on the outside saying I want to help with that thing, and then like being on the inside of it being blown away by like what it actually is, you know. It's just, it's a lot.
We needed to hire people, because we couldn't make all the jewelry ourselves, and so we were trying to think, who can we be intentional about, who is like in our circle that would be not just like outsourcing it to like China or something. And so we just thought about like, well, survivors that are living in a safe house, they can't really go out and get a job in the public right now. They're still hiding. A lot of them, their traffickers haven't been arrested yet, so they literally are not safe to go out. And then also they're not in the mind frame to go work at like McDonald's or Target right now. Like, they need to be in all the therapy, like she was saying. And so it's just like such a win, because this is so awesome. We get to go in where they live, which is like a safe house, sit with them like in their own living room or at their own kitchen table, and show them how to do this. And then they can keep all the supplies there where they live, and then just do it on their own time. Like, and they don't even have to if they don't. It's just an option for them. So we love it. We love them.
Oh, that was such a good idea. And just, it's cool where your hearts are, where they're coming from, to create such a cool environment too, to be able to do that and offer that situation for people who have gone through such a horrible experience. And it's such a widely, unfortunately, thing that's happening across the entire world. And to have one company who's taken a different step and said, hey, let's try and help these people on that next step further, because it's one thing to get out of it and be rescued, but it's a completely different situation to become a survivor of that and hold yourself in a safe space after all of that has happened to you. And you guys are creating a safe environment for people who really need it. And I just think that's so awesome.
Thank you so much. You probably can't tell. I don't know, maybe you can, but like, we laugh all the time. Like, we are not very, like, we're not like serious people and like
super professional.
Well, we try to be professional, but we laugh all the time with them. And you know, a lot of their days are spent like digging into the difficult things that they've gone through, but we're not like therapists. We are not trained on how to actually help them work through that. But the piece that we're able to bring to the table is just joy and laughter. Like, we sit with them, like, they tell us stories of things outside of the experience they've gone through with trafficking, just like childhood stories or like funny things that happened in the house that week. And we're all sitting around the table, like, or some of us are sitting around the table stringing beads. Others of us are watching as some of us are stringing beads. Anyway, so we're sitting around, we're making jewelry, and like, it's story time, and we're laughing, and like, I'll make fun of her, like, just like I just did right now, where I throw her under the bus because she can't make the jewelry. Like, the ladies get a kick out of it.
They do. They love when we roast each other.
Yes, and they roast us too.
Yeah, we roast them. We're roasting them too, okay?
Yeah,
but they love it. They love it.
Yeah, we roast them all the time. So it's good. But they tell us that that's one of their favorite parts of their week, because you know how it is when you do the hard work to become well. Anybody that's gone through anything significant or going through any kind of therapy of any kind, childhood trauma or whatever, like, when you really put in the work to like work through those things and become well on the other side, it takes a lot emotionally to like put yourself out there and really do the work. So for them to have a break from like everybody else in their life. The whole mission is get these ladies to a place of wellness, you know, like, and our mission is that too. We just go about it in a different way, you know? So that's, it is us. Yeah.
Well, it's an activity, and activities bring us together, and it's kind of funny how that works. And we don't really think about it in a sense of therapy. It's just like it's taking your mind off of something that has happened to you and doing it in a way that you feel comfortable doing. So whether you guys realize it or not, you have created not just an environment for healing, but also an environment to be happy again. And getting to be happy again is super underrated after such a traumatic event. And it's not something that people prioritize. They're really prioritized on you getting help and you getting the tools and resources you need. They're not really focused on your happiness and what that looks like. You guys are providing happiness.
Yeah, well, for better or worse, like our family is trash at like working through actual issues, and all we do is laugh. So
it's the coping mechanism of our family.
Coping mechanism of choice is let's laugh about it. So also
I like that coping strategy.
Which is this your dog next to you here?
Yes, this is Miss Remy. She joined.
That made me so happy. Just like come in.
Yeah, so
she plops down. That's my therapy. Is her just plopping on me all the time. Doesn't matter what I'm doing.
Yes, I love it.
What some things have you guys learned about yourself throughout the process of doing this company, creating the company, and just creating a new foundation of what a business can look like? What has been some of those lessons you guys have learned?
So much. Do you want me to start, or do you want?
Well, the first thing that popped into my mind about myself is that I don't really enjoy like public speaking, so like secretly I'm dying right now, like this whole podcast scenario. But I learned about myself when I'm passionate about something and I care about it, I will like push myself to do things that are normally like outside of my comfort zone. Like how many stages have we been on where we had to like talk and just it's overwhelming, but like I will do it because I love these ladies. Like we are their like advocates out there, so they have to stay hidden right now from the world, and so it's on us to like spread the word, do like how I terrorized you and told you about our business, thank God for you, our brand angel. Yeah, so like I will do it, I will. So that's what I learned about myself. One of the things
I think
I love that.
I love that too, and I'm dang proud of you.
Thanks.
I feel like you shared one time on like a news interview that we did, and we both started crying, which you know is not our best look. But
is anybody a pretty crier? Because I don't think so.
No, those people are rude though. Whoever they are, they're rude. So Shannon is a widow, and she had gone through something that is really hard to experience in your life, and there was like a good long time where you were just working through all of that, and you weren't quite in a good place. Like when I started this business, you were in a different place than you are now. I don't know if you want to share.
I didn't feel like I had a purpose. Like I was kind of just existing, and so it was it was amazing all around how God worked this out, because he knew that he wanted us to connect with the survivors, and he also knew that it would affect our lives as well. So I mean, it completely changed my life. It started off as this business that she started, cut to now it's like my full-time job. That's mind-blowing, you know? And it's like I'm so passionate about it. It's like what gets me up every single day, and I'm just love it. So
yeah, there's something different about living outside of yourself. You know, like when you're looking at and only focused on the things that have happened to you in your own world. And then something shifts and it's like we have this mission together. Like that was life-changing. But for me, I'm looking at my sister whom I desperately love, and I'm like seeing the light come back, you know? And I'm like, I love the ladies that we work with, but like, my God, like I would take a bullet for this woman. So I don't know, just like watching what the work that we're able to do with them is life-changing in that way, I think too. So
yeah.
Well, it's a special kind of thing when you're doing something that also heals you. You don't realize it in the moment, and you don't realize it as it's happening until you're kind of in the thick of it, and you look at your life and you're like, okay, I didn't anticipate this to help me in the ways that it was. And I love that this could be that for you, because going through that, I couldn't ever possibly imagine. And I'm sure today it's still not easy. It's still not something that ever will be easy, but you found a way through it. And that's super admirable.
Thanks.
It is. You're the best. Yeah, the best. I think for me, there was like a really like a turning point where it was the difference between looking at all of these other people's being like, wow, you're my hero for this thing that you're doing, and almost feeling insignificant in the face of like this major world issue, like this worldwide issue of human trafficking. It feels so overwhelming. Like, how can I possibly make a difference? And I'm so thankful all of you amazing people are doing that, right? And to be able to take something that I felt like God had given to me, saying like this gentle, like, you can do it. And that was life changing for me, where it went from, I'm going to just donate to this thing, to I'm going to like put myself in there. Like, I'm in the game, I am not a spectator anymore. I am in the game. And it surprises me all the time, because I don't ever feel equipped, and I don't know, like, I don't know. So I guess my encouragement is for people who want to make a difference, because not everybody's passionate about the same social issues. There's so many things to be passionate about, like children who don't have food, like families who are experiencing homelessness. Like, there's so many different like things that we as humans, like, it breaks our heart when we see them happening. And I feel like people, even if they feel insignificant or aren't sure how they can make a difference, even taking one step toward doing that will change your life. Just try it. Because like anything that you do, whoever's on the other end of that, they're gonna look at you and say thank you. It's just one step toward doing that.
Yeah, you don't have to have it all figured out. Like, it doesn't have to be this perfect plan, because Lord knows, we still don't have a perfect plan.
No.
We're just doing our best.
We're just laughing our way through it.
Yeah, you guys had an idea, you created something, and now you're making a significant change. And that was something I was going to ask you about, because I know often that I will feel when I look at the world and I see a lot of things happening, and the injustices and just the pain that exists. And I know how small I am. I know how much of a difference I could make, or things that I could do differently to help. And there's been moments of my life where it's very much this, okay, well, I just have to change it for one person and start there. And you work up, but you guys being in the middle of something that's so huge, and a lot of people look at it and say, I can't do anything. There's nothing I can do to help that. But you guys took it and said, okay, there's maybe something we can do. So what made you guys have that just inside of you? And maybe it can inspire somebody else to be like, you know what? I can do that also, because you're doing something I think a lot of people would love to do. They just don't quite know how to take that first step that says, I can help one person.
Right. I love what you said about like just the one person, keeping your eyes open for like, how can I make a difference in my everyday life? Like, who are you rubbing shoulders with? Who are you seeing? Like, I already knew the people that were at the safe house, and I was donating money because I started making all the jewelry by myself. Like, I didn't originally think I'm going to work hands-on with survivors and teach them to make jewelry. Right. It was like, I'm going to make it all myself, and then I'm just going to donate. Like, I'll donate money that I make back into this thing, So it was like through the relationships that I had and like the people around me that I just started getting a little closer and a little closer, asking questions, learning about things, not immediately assuming that I knew everything, because I'm the type of person who I'm like, I'll throw myself under the bus right away and be like, I don't know anything. Teach me what you know. So if you're willing to just ask questions, you'll start to learn, like, what are the needs that are around me, And then, like, as far as human trafficking goes, like, we do have people ask us all the time, like, how can we get involved with what we're doing, and how can we help? And so we actually started a program called the Survivor Support Club, which is every month the ladies are making jewelry all the time, and like we have events that we do, or like, you know, around Christmas time we'll sell a lot, and we have a lot of boutiques across the United States that carry our jewelry, but those orders come in sporadically. Like we never know when a boutique is going to run out of bracelets and need more, you know. So in order to keep the ladies we're working with consistently working, we have the Survivor Support Club for people who are like, I want to help these ladies and I want to help them all the time. So you get a brand new piece of jewelry every month. So like we make these rings. These are like little fidget. Here, I'll bring them up here. They're like fidget style rings. So I've got one on my thumb, and like you just roll them around. They're like an anxiety relief kind of thing. So sometimes we'll send out those, and then other times we'll send out bracelets. So like they'll come on these little cards that are attached. And then it says like, this is Yasmin, so it'll have the name of the survivor that made it. But we'll send out like a new one of those every single month to the people in the club, and either they keep the ones they like or save them up to give them away as gifts for birthdays or at Christmas time or whatever. But it's a way that people can support survivors every month, and it's $25. And you know, instead of just giving into to a charity like how I was doing when I first started the business, what this does is it actually provides a job, and it helps the survivors feel empowered. They don't feel like people feel bad for them. They feel like people are appreciating the work that they're doing, and they want what ladies are making. And that is, I think, the life-changing piece for them.
Yeah. Oh, and that's such a key to all of this, is that they don't feel like it's this helping hand, and they feel about themselves a certain way. You guys are lifting them up by giving them an opportunity to do what they probably want to do, which is work and take care of themselves, and they just don't have that access yet. So
yeah, it is really cool. I mean, you should talk a little bit about some of the ladies we've worked with, and like what she just said, like definitely that's made a big difference.
Yeah, it's just cool to see. So it's like, specifically the ladies we work with, they live in, it's a program called Hope Against Trafficking. And so it's like kind of a group. They all get their own little apartment, but they can like come together as well. So it's funny because we'll come back and they'll like deem each other like, well, we decided Jill's the manager. Like so Jill is like in their eyes the most like responsible one that like keeps the other ladies on track. Like we never gave them these job titles. Like they like make this up amongst themselves, and it's just like so funny. And like we teach them how to fill out like timesheets, and then the house helps them get bank accounts and start saving. So it's like a whole, like, it's not just making jewelry. They're like learning responsibility. They're learning like time management. We actually this year had them start interning with us. Yeah. So we have 2 interns. So survivors
like run the business.
Yeah, they get dropped off here at our office, and they sit with us. So we go to the safe house, but now we have survivors that come here to our office, and they learn like inventory and like all the things that we do for our business. Yeah. So that's awesome too, because
this is where I get my beads.
Right.
This is how I pick them out. This is what a grade A gemstone looks like.
Yeah, all of the other things that it takes to run a business, so that they're like learning these skills. They can use us on a resume in the future. So, and it just, our relationship is stronger with them. It's just amazing. We love it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible, because you guys aren't just not only now are you guys just helping them to have like a step up, you're now like, let me make sure that when you leave here, you're going to be prepared for whatever comes next. And that's so rare that exists. You guys have that compassion and then that setup in your business to do something that is truly making the world better. And that's what's so cool. And that's why I love working with you guys, because there's so many people in the world who are always like, well, I have a business, but I can't do that, or I can't do this. You guys literally took a business and said, watch us, and we're going to change the world for these people. And I think that's more powerful than anything you guys could probably ever do with the jewelry itself, but just the momentum you're creating, and you're really paving a path for what nonprofit work can look like.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We're trying.
Yeah, we're trying.
I'll be honest with you. It does take more energy, effort, and patience to work with people who have been deeply traumatized, and I think that I don't know. It does. It's more of a mindset of like, this is for them, less about less about the profit, more about the person.
Yeah. We always say if it wasn't for them, we would like throw this business in the trash.
Sure.
Get out of here. We
Like
don't
I
want to make
told you,
jewelry.
I don't even care about jewelry. I'm like,
Right.
I like learn how to do all this. Like God was like, you should do this, and I'm like, okay. Like I was not excited.
No.
I don't even like making jewelry.
No, it is a pure love for them that keeps us going because,
for them, yeah.
like she said, it is very tough. Like there's lots of times we have to have them redo stuff or like we have just, I won't go into it, but yeah.
Their brains have a hard time remembering some of the things where it's like these details where like this color bead goes with this color packaging and it's like, what? You know, and we're like, okay, let's sit down. We'll show you again. This one goes here, you know, and it's just, but we understand and we care about what they have gone through and like we will make time for that. And what I have found to be very interesting in my own life now after working with survivors for so long and like understanding the trauma brain that they have, I have met other people in different like avenues of my life who I will experience some similar interactions with them and I'm like, you have trauma brain. Like I'm not going to say that to them, but I have like way more compassion and understanding for people where I'm just like, I can take more time with them and give them more space to like be who they need to be for a minute, you know, without being frustrated or like on the go about like, I'm a woman about town. Like, no, like people, you know, people matter. So yeah, I don't know if we've never really talked about that, but have you had like more compassion for people in your life now that we've been working with these ladies?
Yeah. I feel like it just opened our eyes to like, just be looking and, you know, careful with people and not so irritated, you know?
Yeah. Or like
Patience comes to mind. It sounds like it's really learned a lot of patience.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely.
You know, you mentioned that you guys don't like making jewelry, and it's really funny because up until you guys, I really didn't wear a lot of jewelry. I was not a big jewelry wearer. I didn't buy jewelry. It's just like I'm always so uncomfy wearing a lot of stuff, and you guys had sent me the first package so many years ago now, and your guys' is really solely the whole reason why I started to wear jewelry again. And I'm not wearing any now because I'm very loud when I wear jewelry. I'm not very graceful. It's very...
It's all banging around too, yeah.
You always hear me coming, but I wear mine all the time. Like my bracelets.
We see that.
We love you, yes.
Yeah, she sends me screenshots. Look at Morgan!
Spotted Morgan in Florida with her boyfriend. Like,
XOXO Gossip Girl.
Yes!
I love you so much, Anna. I love you.
It's true. I really sent her that. Spotted.
No, spotted.
I do it all the time.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm psychotic, apparently.
I am honored. No, you're not psychotic. I'm honored. I really enjoy wearing them, and I've gifted them to a whole lot of people who now also wear them. You guys are one of my just favorite products in general, and you know, full disclosure, I am one of their brand angels, but it's never been anything I've made money from. That was something that wasn't important to me when you guys sent that. I just wanted to be part of what you guys were doing, and the way that I can help is share my platform and have hopefully people also care about things that I care about, and that's just one of them. Give back gifts are like my favorite thing in the world, and you guys are the top of that list for me.
Thank you.
No, we love you. You are an absolute angel. You're the brand angel of all brand angels. And and we know you care about, like, she cares about animals. She cares about the elderly. She cares about survivors. Like, she is just an angel in general. So thank you so much. Yeah, you never expected anything. We're like, we'll pay you in jewels.
You jewels in your crown when
just
you get to heaven.
wear them. Yeah, jewels in your crown.
You guys have single-handedly like restored my entire jewelry box, so it is a thanks to you guys.
You know what? I love what you said about using your platform, because circling back to the question where you asked of like what can people do, I feel like, and it doesn't have to be like for us, like anybody please be a brand angel for us, but I feel like using your platform for good in that way, for whatever social issue you care about or whatever you want to make a difference in, is such a huge deal. Like, it's a really beautiful, like, outside of myself outlook to have on life of like, okay, so if somebody is looking at me, what am I pointing them to? Am I pointing them more towards more of me, or am I trying to make a difference in the world? You know, so I appreciate that heart, and I feel like that is something that if somebody's looking for a very easy way to make a difference, like that could be just post something, like post something nice for a cause that you care about. Share something that you've learned that is helpful, that is meaningful and impactful for somebody in the world, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are awesome.
Well, I appreciate that. And that's honestly not even why I said it. It's more that there's so many people who, I also think there's this narrative too, where people are like, well, if you do it for this, then why don't you do it here? Or here's the counterbalance and take care of this. And I just don't think that's what it's about. I think the coolest part of existing and being a human is that you get to care about the things that you care about. And it's up to you to take care of those things that you do want to care about. So how are you going to do that? Are you going to use your voice? Are you going to talk to people about it? Are you going to scream it from the rooftops? Like, what does that look like to you? And I think you guys are also living proof that if you just find a cause that you're passionate about, you can make changes and you can do things to support. Trying to fix everything in the world is never going to work. So find something that you care about and focus on that.
Yeah, it's overwhelming too.
Yeah.
And like, that's a really great way to get burned out, is to try to do everything.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah, you can't. So I feel comfortable and good with that, just knowing like I'm making a difference in this corner of the world, you know. And when I have a chance to help in other areas, I absolutely will, but I don't want to get stretched too thin. Like, I've got my family, you know, and my own mental health. Like, if I dig into everything, I think I would just lose my mind. Like, human trafficking is heavy enough, you know, and I can't even fix that by myself. So it's like yeah, and I do think that that's why a lot of people don't get involved in stuff, because it's like, what do I even pick, you know? And there's the guilt and the shame of like, oh man, well, if I'm not doing this, but I focus more on this, now you're just like, feel bad. I agree with you. I don't think people should feel bad about picking something that they're passionate about. And it's like, make a difference in one area is better than not doing anything at all, and be okay with that. Be good with like, I'm helping these people, and I don't know, I'm like watching my kids watch me, and they're little, so, you know, my oldest is 13, so I've explained to him what human trafficking is a little bit, like, you know, but without all of the horrifyingness that goes into that. And then like my 7-year-old, I just explained to her that it's modern day slavery. Mom and Aunt Shannon are helping people who have been enslaved, and we're helping them be free. And what does that mean? I'm like, well, picture like the worst job in the whole world, but like not getting paid for it and never being able to have fun ever. That's the ladies that we're working with. And she's like, that's really horrible, Mom. And I'm like, I know, but we're going to help change that, you know? So.
And what a cool thing to pass on to your kids, though, because that's what creates the world that has more compassion and empathy for people, is when we teach the kids things that actually matter, and you're teaching them multiple lessons, not just in those conversations that you're having, but in also you being the image of someone who wants to help and wants to make a difference.
Yeah, like Jack, my 13-year-old, wants to be in the NBA, you know, every child.
Naturally.
Yes, so he is very good at basketball, honestly. I'm like, if anyone can do it, Jack's going to pull it off, because he is very driven and he is very good at basketball. And we were driving down the street the other day, and he said, Mom, when I'm an NBA player, I'm going to buy a house for every person that doesn't have a house. Because we drive past people who are on the sidewalk with their signs, you know, and my kids that's hard for them. Like, they ask questions about that. They want to understand it. And Jack just decided, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be a millionaire. It's like, I'm going to buy you a mansion. I'm going to buy that guy a mansion. I'm like, okay. You know, so it's like.
Mansions for everyone. He'll be the NBA Oprah.
Mansion, and you get a mansion. But I love that that's his heart, like, because that's where he's at. He's like, when I have the resources, this is how I'm going to make a difference with that. And I'm like, yep, That's great, baby. And I will fully support that. But I want one on the beach. And you need to have a wing for Aunt Shannon and her dog. So, no, I'm just kidding. But I'm not kidding. So someday, Jack, when you rewatch this interview with Morgan, remember.
This just remember all of us, when you become a big star, basically. I always love to end these interviews with it, whether it's a piece of advice or motivation or maybe something we didn't get to that you guys really feel heavy on your hearts to share. And I want one from each of you. So I'm just going to kind of give you the floor and you guys go from here.
Sorry.
I love it.
Leave it in or edit it out. This is the real us.
Yeah.
There's just so many things. I don't know. What did we not talk about? Oh, you wanted to talk about this. Do you care about talking about that?
I don't know. Do you want us to talk about the ghost bracelet?
You totally can. It really can be, or it can be like motivation of how, how to keep moving forward on doing a business like this. Maybe it's how you keep existing within all of this space. It can truly be whatever, you just feel called to talk about.
Mm-hmm. I feel like
I don't think I helped you in that, but
no, I'll say, okay, I'm gonna start. You can edit fresh. This part out, yeah. She'll have to edit. So, okay. So, can you ask it one more time?
Yes.
Okay.
So I love to end these podcasts, whether it's a piece of motivation, advice, or something that we maybe didn't get to, whatever it may be. I just kind of want to give the floor over to both of you. You each have to share one. And that's where I'll leave you. It's totally open-ended, so no rules.
Okay. Well, one that I just discovered, within the last year, is that when you're doing heavy work like this, you really do have to try to protect your peace because it is a lot sometimes. And so I talk to a therapist, and I think that therapy can help a lot of people. I'm not ashamed. I'm proud that I talk to a therapist, and they help me cope with all the heaviness because it can become overwhelming and heavy. And sometimes it's we hear such horrible stories sometimes that it can almost take over, and you just have to remember there is hope and just keep going, never give up, and there are people that you can talk to about stuff like that. So yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a great universal one. In general, therapy is amazing, whether you think you need help or you don't think you need any. It's good for all of it. So absolutely. I love that. That's a good message. All right.
Thank you.
I love it. You are awesome.
Thanks.
I think for me, my encouragement would just be to believe that you are made for something bigger than yourself. That anybody can make a difference. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're coming from, what kind of resources. You don't have to be an NBA player with multi-million-dollar paycheck. You can start small and take small steps towards making a difference in whatever area, even if it's just a teacher at your kid's school that seems like she could use extra help or classroom supplies or just, whatever that area is, take a step and don't be surprised when it changes your life because it will, and it's going to be for the better. I know my life has changed. Yours is. The ladies we're working with. It is not just a one-way thing. The people that we're working with have absolutely changed who we are and how we see the world. And I'm forever grateful for them, for the things that we've learned.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, that was so good. Yes, these are both great lessons. See, this is why I always end on it, because I can't come back from that. So I loved both of those, and I thought they were great. And I just want to thank both of you guys for being here today and sharing your story and talking about these things. And if you guys want to go check them out, ringtrue.co is their website, correct? I nailed that?
ringtrueco.com.
Dang it.
That's okay. You're so cute.
Oh, so close.
I love this.
Hashtag brand angel.
I always copy paste the right thing. It's just sometimes I speak wrong. But go check them out. And also you can follow them. I'm just going to have you guys shout it out instead of me trying to say this one again.
On Instagram and Facebook, it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
It's at Ring True and then _co.
Yeah, and also
Perfect.
stock Morgan's because she's always wearing everything. Like
Yes.
all the jewels
All of the
are
jewels,
ring
Morgan.
true. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They are. They always are. Nearly all of my jewelry is. So you can get all the collections that I'm wearing on their website. And we do
She has
even
her
have
own
one.
bracelet.
Yeah, we do have one together. We have the Morgan bracelet, which is the strength. Is it still the strength one, purple and blue?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. So that one we created out of, I just, really not only just honoring all of the human trafficking survivors and their strength to continue moving forward, but also strength is such a big factor in my life and a lot of things that I've gone through, and having the strength to keep moving is so important. So if you need a reminder of that, that was where that bracelet was created out of.
Yes.
Well, thank you both for being here, and I love you both. You're amazing. Keep doing awesome stuff.
Thank
We
you.
love you too.